Yo, what's up? It's AJ with Hippie Fertilizing. I know normally I'm talking about grass because you already know nobody knows grass like a hippie. But today I have the opportunity to put in a Persian lime tree. Alright? It's something that I'm very excited about. Been wanting to do more fruit and citrus trees. And we gotta be very careful. It is July. It's the middle of summertime. It's hot. It's dry. So if you ever want to do any kind of fruit trees, water, and site preparation, which I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. Now this is a little bit different than what's going to normally happen because we do have over here a pretty nice, good mixed up soil. Yes, you do see some other debris in it, but that's okay. That stuff is going to compost. It's all right. And I got a little bit of topsoil. I'll go into that in a minute. But I'm going to start digging this hole to show you what it's all about when you want to properly get a fruit tree and a citrus tree to thrive. It's not just about digging a hole and throwing it in there. It's about site preparation. And that's what we're going to do today, okay? Because we are going to love this soil. We are going to love this little tree. So I'm not too concerned about the grass stuff in there. I'm trying to chop it up because it's just a little bit of nitrogen, organic matter. Again, it's going to break down and die. Ooh, nice and soft. Now, of course, y'all saw how soft that was. That is not the typical case. Alright, typically you're digging holes in this Gulf Coast, Texas area, clay pots. That's why I got the enriched topsoil from New Earth. Sorry for the heavy breathing. Y'all see what I'm doing. Oh, look at that color. Love that color. It's just full of minerals. It's a bit sandy. Let's see what. Oh, that's the business right there. It's on how it smells. Now, I will say, this is hot. These bags are hot. So part of my goal right now is I want to let this breathe. I want to let this air out a little bit. So, because I know the other bag is hot, open this bad boy up and let it start cooling down as well. then we're gonna use a little bit of bam, Micro Life Ultimate. Feel a little bit like Emerald, y'all. Bam! Know what I'm saying? Then, gonna get some micro growth. Boom! And it's okay to just, boom! You know, just for kicks, boop! Add a little bit more. Alright, and again, this is real hot. It was sitting in the back of my truck. Now, there's just something about using your hands. Something about getting your hands dirty, smelling it and being a part of it. That just, I don't, call me crazy, but I feel like it adds energy to the process. See, we got some sand, we got organic matter, we have a tiny bit of clay. It's good. These are all helping to make proper soil aggregates. And now that we're in a little bit of all of it, this is gonna also mean it's gonna do two things. Drain as well as have moisture retention. I know it's funny to be concerned about both, but proper soil, healthy soil, does both. Now, forgive me, little tree. It's gonna get just a little bit rough. That's okay. We're gonna feed you. Give this root ball a little massage. And the reason why I'm doing it in the hole is because all this stuff that was on the root ball, I want it to go on the hole, because this is almost like the pot's native soil. You know, and then we have soil mixes, and then we have this native soil. And the more we can get all those to combine together, the better success you're gonna have. bad boy sit right there. Thank God it's standing up. Doing pretty good. Mix some of this stuff in there. Oh yeah. Got some earthworms up in here. It's hot. It's all good. You know what I do like about this and taking for a minute? All that hot freaking bag soil has cooled down a lot more very quick. So that's important. We don't want too much heat stress if we can help it. So let's see how she fits in there. Ooh. Let's see. Come here, baby. Come on. I think she looks pretty straight. I mean, of course, it's not exactly a straight plant, so it's not going to be perfect, but it's standing. And if y'all saw, I was trying to put everything around that root ball nice, to where as I compact it in more, it's going to hold itself up pretty well. Clay is always demonized, and it shouldn't be. It's just misunderstood. So that's why I like to take my time. And we got a rock. Rocks are okay. That's why I like to take my time to break up little root balls if I can. Because the smaller the clay particles are, really the better. Because it's loaded with minerals and an ability to attach to water. So it can either really work for you or against you. Just depending on if you know what you're doing or not. With salts and chemical fertilizers, clay will work against you. With good organic matter and soil biology, clay will work for you. So if you saw the kind of enriched topsoil that I had, when we get some heavy rains and everything, excuse me, because it is on a little bit of a slope and stuff, you can't expect a tiny bit of erosion. Alright? So it's going to be, you know, beneficial potentially in the future to just put another bag around and let that stuff settle in. Or of course, we got this heap of soil mix right here. We can spread that all over. But something I'm being careful not to do is I don't want this soil or compost or anything to be mounted up real high around the base. Alright, just like bigger trees, all woody plants, I really don't like it when people cover up the little root flare. It's not healthy, it's not a proper practice, it's pretty much for aesthetics. Now what you can do later on, which we don't have right now, is we can add a quality compost around here, but again, don't butt it up against the base of your plant. You don't need that. You need it around the edges of where this root ball was. Okay? But we're gonna pull another emerald. Oh no! But that's okay, at least it's organic. And nothing spilled. Now some microgrow granular is going to really help protect it against like pathogens, bad bacteria, fungi. It's going to support the good stuff, really help kick off a healthy root structure from the beginning. So I always recommend that in some new plantings. And the Ultimate has good quality soil foods, okay, that are going to encourage all this stuff to kick off faster. No matter what though, remember, it's the middle of stinking July. Water, it doesn't suck. If you get the reference to Water Boy. Now, so, even though that took just a few minutes, this water is already hot. And it might be off. That's okay. Let this hot water out, because I darn sure ain't trying to spray that. God dang, it's hot already. So, it is amazing. In just a few minutes, and that heated up so freaking quick. Finally getting a cool down here. Be careful doing this too. That could literally burn you if you wait longer. Don't burn yourself, people. There we go. Starting to get cool. I don't know why, but there's something fascinating to me about watching soil settle. And if I did this right, I know, who wants to hear that word? You should see next to no regression in the next week. That's when you know you did really good, is you don't see too much decline in your citrus tree, or any fruit tree, or any tree that you plant. And that's why I loaded it up with all that goodness before I did this. So, we're going to take some Biomatrix, little 713, what is it, 39 strands of bacteria, and most of this bacteria in here helps nutrients move through plant tissues. It's incredible what it does. We ain't going to use much. It is very powerful stuff. I put 12 ounces in there. Put a little liquid humic acid. As you know, usually I use my powders, but hey, honestly, this was kind of convenient. It's good stuff. And then, ooh, some Ocean Harvest, baby. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to put this on a lower setting, 3 ounces, so that I know that I'm slowly putting this down and I'm getting a good dilution. Because honestly, everything that runs off from this is only going to support the whole area, and that's fine. You want the whole area of your tree to be healthy. It's kind of a silly notion to think, I just want to fertilize the tree. No, you don't. You want to fertilize its whole environment. I know we're going to be using some of that soil later, so let's just perk it up a bit. What I want to do is come back here in a month, and then in a few months, so y'all can see the test of time. How is this going to hold up? The other factor, though, is how it gets watered when I'm not here, but I'm 100% confident that it's going to be watered well. This thing's gonna be so healthy it could darn near hold watermelons from its branches. Now I know this is gonna be so. When you're outside doing this stuff, stay hydrated, people. I swear, it may look nuts that I'm wearing pants and long sleeve shirts, but it's keeping the sun off me, and it really feels good. And make sure you drink water out here, because it's hot, if I didn't mention that before. I know this is going to get a little stinky. That's okay. So again, everybody, we're going to be back in a few weeks so we can show you an update of how well this citrus tree is doing. Did I totally kill it? Is it totally thriving? We'll find out, okay? And we'll find out how well the process worked, the site preparation, and using a busload of organic microlife fertilizers, okay? Because you know what I'm saying all the time. It's all about that SSB. Support soil biology, nitrogen fixing bacteria, and hopefully one day nobody will know trees like a hippie too. Haha.
Peace.